Good morning, guys. I'm at work. So, it's been a minute since I've done a video about my eating, and I did a video, and then shit went sideways. So, let me tell you what happened. And I'm at work, so I'm going to have to I can't look at the camera at the same time. But anyway, so on April 1st, I did a video about, I was going to start doing this protocol, which was a 36-hour fast, a 12-hour eating window, and you just continue to do that for 30 days. Well, what happened is I did the 36-hour fast, did fine, but then I had a migraine from hell, and I couldn't figure out why I had a migraine. And I want to say that it lasted like 3 days. It was like Wednesday I had the headache, Thursday, and I went home, and I had it here. So I was at work. I left with the headache starting. By the time I got home, it was excruciating. I got into bed. I ended up having to take a shower and do all kind of stuff to try to mitigate it. And I woke up Thursday feeling better, but it was like a dull roar, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And of course, at that point, I'm in pain mode, and I go to you want McDonald's? And she was like, yes. And so we ordered McDonald's, and I felt better, right? I mean, I felt a little bit more normal. Now, was that a mistake? Absolutely, it was a mistake, because that thing hit my stomach like a brick, and it became a brick in my stomach for the next week. So today is like the 22nd, and I did the fast literally on like April 1st. And I want you to know that for the last 21 days, I have been fighting first the headache, and then being completely just, oh God, my stomach was just, I could not get back together. And then when I did get it back together, and it probably took me like 10 days, not only for the headache to subside, but also for like my stomach to not just feel hard and bloated, and just, I knew something was wrong. And I was still taking, because even though I make a mistake, I feel like I tried to get back on it with the next meal, and even when I had the McDonald's that morning, when I went home, I went back to, my normal eating. But when you eat crap like that, it takes a minute for your system to reset. And it seemed like it's taken me like 3 weeks to reset. And I was trying to figure out why I had the headache. And I was talking to my son, and he suffers from cluster headaches. And the same day I had my migraine, he had 3 cluster headaches. And he normally only has 1 a day. And then I was talking to somebody else, and I started looking it up, and they were saying the season changed. And I went, oh, that's why. And I'm at higher elevation here in Colorado, on top of a goddamn mountain. When I first got here, the elevation sickness, or whatever they call it, it was super bad. And so I didn't realize that when it goes from winter to summer, that might affect me more so than other people. My God, it did. Like to kill me. So here I sit now. And after 10 days of trying to figure out, get myself together, I decided, fuck it. I'm going to eat for the next week whatever I want to eat. I was craving some spaghetti. So if you've seen my chicken parm video, that was me being like, I wanted some spaghetti. I really wanted bolognese. And I was like, let's try and make your chicken parm. I said, what else do you want to eat? And I said, I want some other pork chops with some mashed potatoes. I really wanted some carby shit, didn't I? So I bought all that stuff. And I made the pork chop with the mashed potatoes, delicious. And not just pork chop with mashed potatoes, I made smothered pork chops. So I fried them and then made a gravy to go over the mashed potatoes. It was delicious. I made a spaghetti and I made the chicken parm, delicious. But I realized as I was eating that stuff that I would say maybe 3 or 4 days in, I could tell the difference in my body, how it was metabolizing all the carbs. But did I forget potatoes? Because I made home fries one day. And I had home fries. I had toast. Oh, so good. That big, thick, cereally brioche bread. Yeah, So I had potatoes, I had eggs, I had sausage. Oh, I was only missing grits, but I almost been an all-star if I'd had a waffle. Anyway, it was delicious, and I ate all of it. No, that's not true. What happened is, I was only able to eat half of all of that stuff. So I ate it and I enjoyed it, but half of it I ended up putting it in the refrigerator, or I ended up eating it the next day. I can never eat the whole plate. I should have these on. I can never eat the whole plate. My phone rings. I may have to pause you guys, but I better put the headphones on before I forget. Oh, so, I was telling my sister after eating it, and it was delicious, that my body doesn't metabolize it well. And although I could probably have any of those things I mentioned once in a week and still be able to move forward, I can't eat them every day. That I know for a fact. And that's a lesson for me. I'm just saying, can I eat carbs? Yes. Can I eat carbs every day? No. No, it did not. My body didn't like it. So then I decided, oh my God, you know what I want? I want some Raisin Bran Crunch. I don't know. So I bought some Raisin Bran Crunch, and I bought some milk, and I enjoyed every drop of it. And then I realized, so this doctor I was listening to was saying that doing extended fast is great, but better for your body to do them early. So instead of skipping breakfast, or not skipping breakfast, moving breakfast down, he said you're better off not eating dinner. So like I would do my fast where I had to work 8 to 5, so I don't eat anything before 11:30. But since I'm at work, I didn't even want to do that, so I didn't eat anything until I got home at 4:30. And so then I would have my big meal. It's all carnivore, but that was when I would have my meal. And he was saying better to flip that and have that meal at 11:30 or 12:30, and then not eat. And he said you would get more benefit out of the autophagy and all this kind of other stuff. So I was like, okay, let's try that. And I thought, you know what I can do? I can eat here at work. And what I did before was I ate around 12 o'clock, and then I ate at like 3:30, I want to say, before I went home. So I was eating both my meals at work. And I thought, well, you could do that here, eat at 11:30, and then eat, I normally go to lunch around 1:30 or 2. I said, you can eat at 2, and then you're still doing a 20-hour fast, and your 4-hour window is here. And so that would give me more time at the end of the day before I went to sleep. So I was like, let's try that. And I thought, worst comes to worst, if you really get hungry, you can just eat a bowl of cereal when you get home at 5 o'clock. And so that's kind of where I'm sitting. And then my sister and I were talking about cereal, and she said something about grape nuts. And I was like, grape nuts? Let's get some grape nuts. And I got grape nuts too. So this is where I sit. So I'm walking to work as well. And I'm also trying to incorporate weight training while I'm at work, because that's the easiest place for me to do it. That's not true. I could do it at home. I just don't want to. I'm working on it. Just give me a break. Anyway, so that's where I sit. So at the end of the last time I weighed, I was 284. I weighed after I did the fast. I was like 283. That was the end of March. So I was like, great, you lost a whole pound. Yay. I don't know about my clothes. They kind of feel the same. But I'm going to get to the end of April, because the next 2 weeks I'll be walking and doing what I'm saying. I'm going to eat early and then not eat when I get home, and we'll see how that goes. But that's my catch up for what I've been doing. I'm going to run out of time. Got to go back to work. You guys enjoy your day.